Good morning. Okay, now I heard the staff. I want to hear the parents and the scholars. Good morning.
Good morning.
Gosh, that's so much better. First of all, I want to say congratulations, Wright Scholars. I am super duper excited about being here to celebrate with you the 8th grade graduation, and I'm so very proud of you. And I know that my dad, James C. Wright, and my mom, Jacqueline Wright, are both in heaven, and they're beaming with pride as well. You know what, Panthers? You rocked it. You rocked it. You have successfully completed middle school. And hey, you made it through 2020 and 2021, and that is quite the accomplishment. You know, you were not able to see your friends at times, not seeing extended family, quarantining inside for months on end, wearing these awful hot masks, and virtual school. That was tough. But you did that, 8th grade scholars. You did that. You know, I have a 10-year-old granddaughter, Allie. Aliana, we call her Allie, and she's going to be going from 4th grade to 5th grade at Randall. So tomorrow's her last day. And I certainly know some of the challenges that you guys face this school year and last. And it couldn't have been easy. So I think that you should really be proud of yourselves. In fact, give yourselves a hand. Know that you are strong. Believe that you are phenomenal. Continue to strive for excellence as you leave the school year behind. You know, finishing 8th grade means that you are halfway through to your bachelor's degree. You have 4 years of high school, another 4 years of college, and of course, a little bit longer if you decide to go on for your master's or your doctorate. But indeed, you are well on your way. You have wings and you can fly. You know, it's been said that the #1 predictor of success is grit. The ability to persevere, to overcome, to move forward in spite of challenges, in spite of failures, in spite of obstacles, and yes, in spite of closed doors. Sometimes doors do close, and that's not always a bad thing. It's inevitable, and doors close. They just close sometimes, right? The doors on an airplane have to be closed before takeoff. You close the bathroom door when you're taking a shower or using the toilet, I hope. Sometimes you close the door on a friendship because of a disagreement or simply because you're trying to protect your peace. Doors close, and that's okay. Today, you close the door to middle school. Favorite teachers, favorite classes, those grab and go lunches. Talking to your friends in the hallway, at least before COVID. Those uniforms that everybody loves, right? And the doors closed on those epic, and I mean epic with a capital E, morning announcements with Dr. Hicks. I know you're going to miss her daily affirmations and her dancing to push it, push it, push it. Well, you will undoubtedly miss a whole lot about your principal as this door closes. And like the saying goes, when doors close, doors open. Gonna leave the door open. I'm gonna leave the door open. I know I can't sing, but you get the idea. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak had something else in mind, but the door is open, scholars. The door to your future, the door to success, the door to high school, just a few short months away. And that understandably can be a bit scary. It certainly was for me. It's a new school, a bigger school, newness, change. It's a lot, but it can be an awesome transition, especially if you take with you the life lessons and the skills that you've learned while here at Wright. Your principal, who we're all going to miss tremendously, your teachers and the support staff have provided you with a good foundation. They've also given you the tools that are necessary for success. The rest, well, the rest is up to you. You know, one of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou says, if you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. In other words, don't try to fit in. Don't even try. It's not really necessary to be someone else's normal. Be content with following the road less traveled. Each person is uniquely made and equally amazing. Just learn to be comfortable in your own individuality. You know, my mom and my dad always allowed me to express my individuality as I was growing up. I'm not quite sure if I fully appreciated it back then, but I certainly do now. At one point in elementary school, I went to Franklin. I decided that I wanted to have purple hair. Wasn't really a thing then, like it is now, but they let me do it. Kids called me creeple people. Where did that come from? But you know, I didn't care. Then when I was in junior high school in 7th grade, I wanted a paper dress. Yeah, a paper dress, and it was dope. It was sleeveless, it was white, came up to about here, all paper. I actually saw an advertisement on the back of a comic book. You guys know what a comic book is? Well, this was like in the 1960s, so I'm dating myself. But on the back of the Archie and Friends comic book, there were advertisements for things that you could buy. And there was this dress that was a paper dress. And I thought, wow, how cool is that? So my mom and dad actually let me buy it. Actually, I got it with my allowance money. My dad thought it was kind of strange, but my mom liked it. And I felt like I was wearing toilet paper because it was white and very, very thin, but who cares? But here's the thing. I actually wore it the day after it came in the mail. I wore it to school. And by the end of the school day, a few girls had ripped the dress off of me, which made me cry. You know, I was constantly teased in elementary school and in middle school for being adopted, for being biracial, for getting good grades, for having lots of clothes, for living in what other kids thought was a big house. And I was even beat up a few times. Some days were really kind of tough, but I was a super confident kid. I had high self-esteem, and outside of those confrontations at school, I was a pretty happy kid. You know, I decided that heading into high school, I was not going to let anyone steal my joy. I was not going to let anyone rid me of my individuality and my unique self. Like the saying goes, in a world full of Cheerios, you got to be okay with being a Fruit Loop. I was a Fruit Loop. Be okay with being you. And you know what? I learned over time that it's really not even about being the best. You know, everyone says, be the best at this and be the best at that. But you know what? It ain't about that. It's just about being your best. In all that you do, be your best self. Dedicate yourself to that. Commit to that. Demand success for yourself, even if you have to motivate yourself, even if you have to be your own motivation. You know, everybody has a different journey with an opportunity to orchestrate their own path. So in other words, do you. High school will have its challenges. The work in 9th grade may not always be easy, but you know what? I promise you this, you're going to get through it and it will be worth it. Continue to be courageous, continue to be bold. One day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 year at a time, because you know what? Years from now, it won't matter what kind of sneakers you wore, how your hair looked, what brand of jeans you were rocking, or even how many comments you get on your IG pic or your TikTok video. What will matter is what you've learned and how you've used what you've learned. Take the opportunity in high school to learn as much as you can. Get involved, try a new sport, pick out a book that you might not normally read. Maybe join a new club. You know, it's fine to hang out with your old friends from Wright, but make sure that you try to make some new friends too. And make sure they're friends who inspire you and who challenge you. And also friends who value and respect the person you really are. I'm talking about the real person, not just the one you show on social media, the unique you. Scholars, enjoy today. You deserve it. Celebrate your incredible accomplishment. Have a fun summer. Spend time with your family and your friends. And when you start high school in September, don't just fly, soar.